So today I'm going to be talking about Inside Out, which is one of my favourite Pixar films. I think the message is one of vital importance, not only for young children, but particularly those of us on the highly sensitive spectrum. For those who don't know, high sensitivity is a well-documented personality trait that is found in 15 to 20% of the population, even in other mammals. It's characterised by heightened awareness and deeper processing of stimuli all around us. Highly sensitive people are often highly empathetic, and they tend to feel the whole spectrum of human emotions more deeply than their non-sensitive counterparts. I definitely consider myself a highly sensitive person. Learning about this trait has been a kind of revelation for me. So for anyone who thinks they might be highly sensitive, or thinks someone they know might be highly sensitive, I highly recommend reading more on this topic. The best place to start is Dr. Elaine Aron's book, The Highly Sensitive Person, which I will include a link to in the video description below. Now, back to Inside Out. Inside Out tells the story of Riley, an 11-year-old girl who, after having what seems like the perfect childhood, is uprooted to a different city. We see how her inner emotions, joy, sadness, fear, anger and disgust come into conflict with each other as they and Riley learn to navigate a new city, house and school. In this video I propose that Inside Out helps us understand toxic positivity culture and parental or societal expectations around displaying certain emotions. This is particularly poignant for those of us on the highly sensitive side, who tend to experience emotions so much more deeply. So, how does Inside Out help us understand this? Well, the opening scene is of Riley's parents on the day of her birth, exclaiming,
"Aren't you a little bundle of joy?"
This nods to the well-meaning expectation that children provide their parents unending amounts of happiness. Indeed, up to the age of 11, we see that joy largely leads the group, and Riley being happy is the most desirable goal. Other emotions take more of a background seat, but they do have a role nonetheless, like fear, whose job it is to keep Riley safe. Sadness, however, isn't really given a role. In fact, she's often pushed out of the team and is often gaslit by Joy herself.
You know what? You can't focus on what's going wrong. There's always a way to turn things around, to find the fun.
This is further cemented when Riley and her parents have moved into the new home and the moving van still hasn't arrived. Riley's mum says,
Through all this confusion, you've stayed our happy girl. If you and I can keep smiling, it would be a big help. We can do that for him, right?
But we learn that sadness demands to be felt. And the following morning, at Riley's first day of school, which soon becomes a core memory, sadness can't help but intervene. Just like in real life, the more you suppress certain emotions, the stronger they come back. I'm sure we have personal experience of that. Now, it's not as simple as sadness can just override the wishes of the team for Joy to be in the driving seat. But what is crucial is the relationship between joy and sadness. That after turning the core memory blue, Joy tries to get rid of it, but what ultimately ensues is chaos. To me, this suggests that joy and sadness are two sides of the same coin, that one cannot work without the other. And the more you try and suppress the negative, the more disharmony will be experienced. In the following scenes, the team, even sadness herself, believes that the way to restore Riley's islands of personality is to get Joy back up to headquarters and make her happy again. This notion is probably not helped by further comments from Riley's parents.
Riley, what's wrong?
Let's go.
You're not gonna finish tryouts?
What's the point?
Hey, it'll be all right. Let's just
Stop saying everything will be all right.
The hope of a solution starts to appear when we meet Bing Bong, Riley's imaginary friend.
I'm sorry they took your rocket. They took something that you loved.
It's all I had left of Riley.
Yeah, it's sad.
It turns out that all he needed was someone to listen to how he felt, with empathy, without judgment, and let him cry. I'm sure this must be relatable to a lot of people. It certainly is to me. When we feel sad, we don't need someone trying to fix us or telling us to see the positive. Joy starts to question the utility of her positive approach. It is not until Joy is plunged into the depths of the memory dump that she finally comes to terms with her own sadness and that she fully understands the need for it. She stumbles across the core memory that sadness turned blue, that she so fervently tried to throw away. She is forced to confront the memory, which reinforces the idea that suppressed emotions always come back stronger. Joy crying is a beautiful oxymoron. It symbolises the bittersweetness of childhood nostalgia, grieving for what once was. It is the reconciliation between joy and sadness that restores balance. For this huge life event for Riley, sadness needed to be in the driving seat. I think in this moment Riley has allowed herself to finally grieve at the life she has left behind, and by expressing this to her parents, it has opened up the opportunity for them to share their vulnerability too. Thus, the route to happiness, or I prefer wholeness, is through feeling our sadness. And this reminds me of times when we feel negative voices in our head telling us not to feel a certain way, self-shaming that we have learnt over the years. I think this is a very powerful message, because life can be hard, and there is courage in acknowledging that. There is such a rich tapestry of human emotion to be felt, and often we can't feel what it is to be happy if we do not know what it is to be sad. As highly sensitive people, we are often conditioned from a young age to think that we are too much, told we are too sensitive, and that we take on too much of the world's pain. Watching this film was extremely validating for me. It is a beautiful cinematic representation that feeling negative emotions is not only necessary, but there is beauty and strength and healing in being vulnerable, and it is the only path through which we can feel true joy or wholeness, and more broadly, to heal the world. There is certainly a lot in the world right now to be scared and furious about. Feelings made all the more consuming by virtue of being highly sensitive. It's a useful reminder that I need to let sadness in the driving seat more, because it is a healthy reaction to what is happening in the world, and that needs to be honoured rather than forcing the good vibes only. I hope that you can do the same for whatever is causing you sadness, and that it leads to more serenity. So, that's it for today. I hope you found it useful. Please do give a like if you enjoyed it, and do have a think about which emotions have been in your driving seat of late. Is there something you're not letting yourself feel sad about? Please do comment below, and thank you for listening.